So sorry I can't stay to finish you off myself.
A Guy Ritchie movie usually guarantees slick, stylish entertainment that combines clever plotting, smart jokes, and in recent years, fast-paced action. But where that approach helped turn his Sherlock Holmes movies into two of the most inventive blockbusters of the last decade, it doesn't quite work for this big-budget reboot of TV series The Man from U.N.C.L.E, the film never quite adding up to the sum of its parts. The show ran from 1964 to 68 and revolved around a network of spies who worked for the United Network Command for Law and Enforcement. The lead agents were American Napoleon Solo and Russian Ilya Kuryakin, but it was never explained how two guys with such diametrically opposed ideologies became partners, nor indeed how U.N.C.L.E was formed in the first place. Ritchie therefore looks to fill in the blanks, his film serving as both prequel and origin story. So following a credit sequence that explains the nuclear fears and Cold War tensions of the time, we head to 1963 Berlin, where Napoleon is working for the CIA and Ilya the KGB. While they are on different sides, however, their missions are the same: to locate and extract mechanic Gabi Teller, daughter of Dr. Udo Teller, once Hitler's favourite rocket scientist, and a man whose head is filled with the secrets of the atomic bomb. It forces the two spies head to head, so what follows is an exciting chase sequence over and around the Berlin Wall. Then, like superheroes meeting for the first time, the pair fight before any kind of friendship can be formed, their contrasting skills making Napoleon and Ilya a fine match for each other. Solo is something of a wildcard, unorthodox and anti-establishment, while Kuryakin is the polar opposite, a ruthless career agent whose job is his life. Their respective bosses soon realise that the world is facing a threat so great that it can't be fought alone, and so order capitalist and communist to work together, which should result in sparks flying. Trouble is, the actors who play the roles seem horribly miscast. The charismatic Armie Hammer is forced to keep that star power in check as the stiff, straight, buttoned-down Russian, while Henry Cavill struggles to convince as a charming maverick. He can do square-jawed all-American hero in his sleep. The guy is Superman after all, but when it comes to cracking wise, the majority of his jokes fall flat. It's a massive stumbling block, the chemistry between the two actors so absent that you fail to buy them as either enemies or reluctant allies, and are instead left to wonder if the script would have been better served by the pair playing each other's roles. Mercifully, the women fare better. Alicia Vikander lights up the screen as the plucky Teller Jr., while Australian actress Elizabeth Debicki makes for an intriguing, sexually charged villain, though more often than not her character smoulders rather than scares. Ritchie shoots proceedings with trademark style and swagger, his action defying convention at several turns. A beautifully choreographed sequence that takes place both above and below the water proves to be a standout, while a chase that cleverly combines split-screen action with a toe-tapping percussive score helps bring the final third of the film to life. Hugh Grant's wickedly funny turn as Waverley, British head of the organisation that's slowly being formed, also enlivens proceedings, while it's a good idea to keep an eye on the background of multiple scenes, as when his lead actors are failing to land their lines, Ritchie slips in hilarious bits of business behind them. But the failure of the film ultimately rests on the shoulders of Cavill and Hammer, who turn what should be an entertaining caper about a pair of mismatched agents into something much more stilted and awkward. The result is a film that looks like it's full of life, but flatlines whenever the leads open their mouths, earning The Man from U.N.C.L.E an IGN score of 6.8 out of 10.
Codename U.N.C.L.E.